property. Today we're going to look at probably two of the most crucial factors when considering investing in an investment property in a certain location. So two things. Number one is population growth, and number two is the holding cost of the property. So looking at the population growth, supply and demand will really determine how a property performs. If you have invested in an area where people are moving into and land supply is limited, that means really there'll be more demand for your rental property from tenants, which is a good thing, and also there's a better chance of achieving capital growth where there's higher demand than there is supply. So how do we work out population growth for a certain area? Well, there's probably a couple of ways we can go about that. So we can look at statistics or historical data, so they'll give us a bit of a picture of what's happening over the last few years, and the other more important thing is probably what's looking into the future. So you get a bit of a guide from that from if local government and public companies or private companies are investing in the area and building infrastructure and developments, that's probably a sure sign that they've planned for this population growth and they've done their own forecasting. And especially for private companies, they don't really invest unless they know their numbers pretty well. So there are a couple of key ways of determining population growth. The other really important factor when considering an investment property is what's known as the holding cost. So this is the true net cost of holding on to a property. So it's really the income from the property less the expenses. So it's known as what could be considered a negatively geared property that costs you something per week to own that property, or positively geared, which means that property is actually paying all the expenses and actually putting a bit of money into your pocket. And this is why positively geared property has really become a new phenomenon and quite an important factor, because we might